Are there any questions?
Just repeat the order.
Number 1, Pramod Murthy. Number 2, Tiffany Green. Number 3, Anton Cofield. Number 4, John Fuller. And number 5, Rahul Rao. If there are no further questions, let's get started. We will start the contest. Help me welcome Mr. Pramod Murthy. The speech title, My Pet Peeve. My Pet Peeve, Mr. Pramod Murthy.
Thank you, Mr. Contest Master, fellow Toastmasters. Just give me a second. Sorry about that. Hello? Yes, this is Pramod. Yes, I do have a minute to talk right now. Dinner tonight, right? Sure. Yes, we'll meet at 9 o'clock. Okay, then see you at 9. All right, bye-bye. Sorry about that. Can you tell me one thing? What is one of the most important things in your life that you cannot live without? I couldn't hear you.
Cell phone.
Cell phone. Yes, right. That's what I was looking for. At least for some people, cell phone is one of the most important things in their life that they cannot live without. Now let's see. What can we do with our cell phones? We can use cell phones to send text messages. You can use cell phones to send emails. You can also use cell phones to browse the internet. You can use cell phones to take photographs. In case you do not have a GPS in your car, you can use a cell phone as a GPS. Oh, I forgot to mention, you can also use cell phones to make phone calls too. Now, do not get me wrong. I do not have any problem with cell phones. In fact, I do have a cell phone just like the rest of the world. But it's just that I get very irritated by people who do not like to use or follow cell phone manners. Especially these are the people who could catch you at any time while you are doing anything. They can catch you while you are in a train. They can catch you in a library. They can catch you during a movie. They can also catch you in a public restroom too. Let me just give you some examples. I was late for an appointment and I was traveling on the left lane of the freeway at about 80 miles speed. And suddenly, this speed slowed down. And I see the drivers in front of me, slowly they get frustrated and they are slowly, one by one, they are moving ahead of the car. So I slowly move ahead and see the car. It's a red minivan. That's the culprit which is holding all the traffic back. As I really move close, I see it's going very slow at about 50 miles on the left lane of the freeway. And what do I see in the car? There is this old lady sitting in the car. She is having a cigarette in one of her hand, left hand. She's smoking the cigarette. And she has the cell phone in the other hand. She has the cell phone held between her ear and the shoulders. And she's trying to drive the car at the same time, doing all the same at the same time. Oblivious of the fact that she's holding all the traffic behind her. Do you think that's the right thing to do? The other day, I was in a men's restroom. I saw this guy. He was standing in a urinal and he was talking to himself. That's weird, I thought. And then I realized he was not talking to himself. He was talking on his hands-free device, on his mobile phone. These are the people who like to use Bluetooth devices. They always confuse me. I never understand whether these people, with those small things stuck in their eyes, they're talking to themselves or they're talking to me. One of these days, I was in a store. I was just doing my shopping. And one pretty lady, she just walks straight in front of me and starts talking. I just respond back to her. What do I get back from her? She slowly turns like this. She shows me the Bluetooth in her ears and says, "Do you mind? I'm talking on a cell phone." You know what I thought? I thought that I should just grab the cell phone from her hand and just smash it on the ground. Anyways, imagine that you're with me in a stall in a men's restaurant. On second thought, don't imagine that. Well, I was in a stall and suddenly I heard this voice. "Hey, how are you?" I was surprised. I just bent down and looked below the other partitions at the other stalls, and I saw another pair of legs in the stall beside me. I just responded back saying, not to be rude, I said, "Well, I'm doing good." Next question I hear is, "So what are you up to?" Now imagine, I'm in a men's restroom, so what I'm going to be up to? Anyways, I just responded back saying, "Well, I'm traveling so and so, and I just stopped for rest. And the next question I hear is, "Can I come over there now?" I thought that's bizarre. You know what I wanted to do? I just wanted to finish whatever I was doing and just run out of the place as soon as possible. And that's when I realized he was not talking to me, he was talking on a cell phone. I never understand why people need to talk on the cell phones and they need to use the toilet at the same time. To be honest, I am guilty of doing the same thing sometimes, but at least I remember to turn off the cell phone before I flush the toilet. And then there are some people who are so busy with their cell phones that when they get home, they do not have time to talk with their wives and kids. But when they move out, they step out of the house, they remember that. They call their wives and talk to them on the cell phone. Now, I do not say that we should not have cell phones, because they can be very important in case you want to be in touch with the children or in emergencies. But I remember there used to be days when we used to get from point A to point B without being in contact with anyone. So let's turn off the cell phone for a day, or let's go on a vacation without a cell phone, and let's try not to be in contact with everyone all the time. Thank you, Madam.